Okay, I'm going to do a quick video on preparing your glued piece for cutting the curve. The curve is cut out of a 17 by 10, and you may already have one of these that was salvaged from a prior trimester. However, I want to be assured that you are actually constructing one of your own so that you go through that process. Here is the plans that we were working on out of the textbook that I've gotten our information from, and you will see that our curve is a 17 by 10, and when you were gluing up your boards, you cross-cut two 17-inch pieces and then glued them together. The reason you had to do that is because the width of these boards is less than 10. Now, if you were following the directions, you did actually rip off the edges on the table saw so you'd have a nice square edge. I do have one down here that has rounded edges on the outside. This board will need to have one of those rounded edges ripped off before it's actually ripped down to 10. Now, which board is yours is a bit of a mystery because I went through these this morning and could not find any names on them. So chances are you're just going to grab one of these random pieces and you're going to want to go rip it to 10 inches since there are no names on them. Another thing that we need to fix with names is our lockers, because the names get rubbed off of them. You can still see the name on that locker, but many of these lockers under the tables, the names have gotten rubbed off of them, or they just weren't put on them very well. So do take some time to check the name on the outside of your locker and get that put on there. So to prepare this for the curve, all we simply need to do is rip it to 10 inches, and let's go through that process now. Now, before using any machine, you need to make sure you have your eye protection. I gave you a pair of safety glasses. I use a safety shield. All right, so I'll take one of these boards, and we're gonna imagine that the dust collector is on. I'll usually turn that on before machines fire up. I'm gonna set my guide fence at 10 inches because my boards should already be 17. I'm also going to check my blade height to make sure that it is 1 tooth above the material. I can adjust the blade height with this elevation wheel. So I'm going to raise that just a little bit. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and put my guard back down and make my rip cut. Check to make sure that it has the steady green light. Turn the machine on. No push stick is needed. Follow through. Save this piece for later. Put that in your locker. This is what your curve will be cut out of. So at this point, you'll need to get a pencil and find a good curve piece and trace that on there. And then follow the procedures of the bandsaw video, which you should watch next.